college football fans. This is Crow for SportsCrapology.com, coming to you from Knoxville, Tennessee. Just, sporting the local fashion, high fashion apparel today. We're going to talk to you about college football. 2025 season's coming up. I'm going to do my top 25 poll, who I have in the top 25. Everybody else done it, so I'm going to do it. I'll start with the team 25 and I'll go up from there. In the 25 spot, I have Memphis Tigers out of the AAC. They offered the Big 12 a bunch of money, a semi-truck trailer load of money, and they didn't take it to let them in the Big 12. So I think they're going to be very angry and pissed off, and I think they're going to take that anger out on their opponents this year, and I think they finish in the top 25, at 25. Number 24, I have Missouri. They're in the SEC. They have a lot of returning players. They lost Burden, wide receiver, to the pros, and that's about it. 23, I have Michigan. They have Keene, who transferred in from Fresno State, the quarterback. If they use him, that would be a positive. And their head coach, Moore, is suspended for at least 2 games this year, I know. So that's going to help Michigan. Because if their head coach is in there, that's an advantage for Michigan, positive for Michigan. Then in the 22 spot, I have Oklahoma. They have a Mateer transferred in from Washington State, quarterback. Max Venable is starting to get it. I think he's going to figure it out in Oklahoma. 21, I have Iowa State. I might have them a little bit too low. They have their quarterback back, backed, and they have their whole offensive line has returned. So they're going to have a decent running game, and they're going to be able to protect the passer. They did lose wide receivers. They lost a running back, I think, and a few players on defense. But they should be a good squad again. Coach Campbell usually has them ready for the Big 12. They're in the Big 12. Number 20, I have SMU Mustangs out of Dallas, Texas. They got the quarterback back. Number 19, I have the Kansas State Wildcats, led by Avery Johnson at quarterback. They got to finish in the top 25. Their quarterback has the best hair out of any quarterback in college football. So Kansas State's playing, watch and look at the quarterback. He's got the golden locks flowing out of the back of his helmet. All right. So at number 18, I got the Boise State Broncos out of the Mountain West. 2026, they'll be in the Pacific Conference. But they have Madsen back at quarterback, and they have, even though they lost Ashton Jeanty, they still have a pretty good running game. They have a couple decent running backs, and they have a solid defense. They have returners on defense. 17, I have Ole Miss because of Lane Kiffin and because he's a transfer portal genius. 16, I have the Tennessee Vols, the Volunteers out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Joey Aguilar transferred in to play quarterback after Nico Alamala transferred out to UCLA. He can do it. They say he hasn't played against big competition. He played against North Carolina last year. He played against Clemson. They played against another big division team, I can't remember, but it didn't look like it was too big for him. He didn't play that bad against those teams. Tennessee's going to have a pretty decent running game. They got Bishop back there, probably going to be their lead running back. They got a pretty solid defense. I got confidence in Josh Heupel. I'd say they finish at 16, just outside the playoff picture. Number 15, I have the Texas Red Raiders. If they get in the playoff picture and they win the Big 12, I wouldn't be surprised. This is my surprise team, and they're going to be in there. At number 14, I have Arizona State Sun Devils out of Tempe, Arizona. Everybody has them ranked higher than I do because they have 90% of their starters back. I think they had a dream season last year, and I don't think it's going to happen again. It could. It wouldn't surprise me, but I have them 14 just outside the playoff. Number 13, I have the Miami Hurricanes. They don't play much defense, but they got Carson back at quarterback, and they throw the ball around on offense. And Mario Cristobal knows how to score. So I think they're going to score some points on the teams with weak defenses, and they're going to beat them up and beat up some of the ACC teams and get in there at 13. Number 12, I have the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame out of South Bend, Indiana. I would rank them higher because they have some returners and they're always solid. Marcus Freeman's a good head coach, but they have a freshman quarterback. The offensive coordinator wants to go with the freshman quarterback Carr, and I don't like freshman quarterbacks. I think he's going to be able to get rattled there. They do have a really good running game, though, so he might not have to do much at quarterback. We'll see. Notre Dame, I think they're in the playoff anyway because they're Notre Dame. I have them at 12, the last one being in the playoffs, but they're in anyway because they're Notre Dame. All right, number 11, I have Indiana. Oh, they're not going to be good again. They just got lucky. No, they are. Kurt Cignetti's a really good head coach. He's got Mendoza at quarterback that transferred in from Cal to take O'Rourke's place. Their number one wide receiver's back. Their defensive line's back, most of it. And they have a big defensive line. And I think, he knows how to score points and design an offense, Cignetti. And I think they're still going to be in there at Indiana. Number 10, which I wouldn't be surprised if this team finishes lower than I have them. The Ohio State Buckeyes. They have a new defensive coordinator. They're replacing 16 starters. They don't even know who their starting quarterback is yet. I don't have much confidence in this team. I think it's in a rebuilding year. And next year, I think they'll have most of these kids back again. And it'll probably be a good year for Ohio State like usual. But this year, I think they're going to stumble a little bit. They have Texas first game right out of the block. I think Texas is going to take them out. All right, number 9, I have the Fighting Illini out of Champaign, Illinois. Yes, the Fighting Illini. They have their quarterback back. They lost Bryant, wide receiver, really good wide receiver. He's on the Broncos this year. Good rookie wide receiver. But they didn't lose a whole lot more. Brett Bielema has been a coach in the Big Ten with Wisconsin for years. I think this team's ready to move on and move up. I think they were in the top 25 last year at the end of the year. I think it's a much improved team from last year. Number 8, I have the LSU Tigers out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They got Newsmeyer at quarterback. They always have a big offensive line, big defensive line because they get all the biggest guys in Louisiana and the southern swamp regions. Don't like their coach much, otherwise I'd rank them higher. At number 7, out of the Northwest, I have the Oregon Ducks. Quack, quack. They can score big time on anybody. They're going to run the same offense. They're going to score points again. They have Dante Moore running the offense now, transferred in free agent from UCLA. He didn't get to play much at UCLA, but I think he can run the Oregon offense, and I think he's going to be fairly good. And the coaching staff up there thinks he's going to be good at it too. So, at number 6 spot, I have out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, Kalen DeBoer. He's better. They're going to be better this year than they were last year. They have a better quarterback in Simpson. Kalen DeBoer has his offensive coordinator that he used for 18 years this year with him. Last year he didn't have him. This year he's got him. He's very happy about that. The offensive coordinator is very happy about that, and I think they're going to get it done in Alabama. If they win the national championship, I wouldn't be surprised. Number 5 slot, I have Texas A&M. They have a huge offensive line. I think they have the biggest offensive line in all of football, including the pros. They have 3 good running backs. Their quarterback's back, Reed. I think Texas A&M is going to surprise some teams in the SEC. They can actually manhandle teams and push them around their offensive line and defensive line in the SEC, believe it or not. And they're going to be very solid defensively like they were last year. I have Penn State at number 4. A lot of people have this team winning the national championship. They could, but they have James Franklin as coach, so that's why they can't win it. If they had probably any other head coach, they'd probably win the national championship no problem this year. A lot of people are putting all their hopes on Aller, the quarterback. Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. Their defense is going to be very solid again. They're going to have a top 5 defense probably in the nation, which gets you a long way in college football. So anyway, I have them 4. I think they win a lot of games. Number 3, I have Georgia. Kirby Smart. It's Georgia. But Stockton playing quarterback. He's got more experience. He played a few games last year. They get it done. Number 2, I have the Texas Longhorns out of Austin, Texas, with Steve Tequila Cesian at head coach. They're going to have Cooper Manning's son playing quarterback. I don't think he's a Heisman Trophy candidate. He's a superstar, but I think he'll be pretty good at quarterback. They have returners on defense. The problem is they have a new offensive line, but I think that offensive line is going to get it together. And they're still they're new starters, but they were there last year, and some of them were red shirts. And they'll play Ohio State coming right out of the gate at Ohio State at the Horseshoe. And I think you'll see Texas will probably beat them. Number 1 team in the nation out of the ACC and out of Clemson, South Carolina, the Clemson Tigers with Cade Klubnik at quarterback. Might be the Heisman Trophy winner. They have the best defensive line in the nation. They have almost all their starters returning on defense. They're big, they're strong, they can muscle people, push them around. They can throw the ball on people. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. Dabo Swinney's been there before several times. But I have Clemson number 1. That's my top 25. One of the teams that will probably get into the top 25 that I didn't have in there is Georgia Tech. I would watch out for the Rambling Wreck out of Georgia Tech. They're probably going to be a top 25. They could win the ACC this year. They could give Miami a problem, SMU, and Clemson. They could knock one of them off at the end of the year and cause some problems. Other teams I don't know right now, but that's it for that. That's the top 25. We got Clemson number 1, Texas 2, Georgia 3, Penn State 4, Texas A&M 5, Bama 6, Oregon Ducks 7, quack, LSU 8, Illinois 9, Ohio State 10, Indiana 11, Notre Dame 12, Miami 13, Arizona State 14, Texas Tech 15, Tennessee 16, Ole Miss 17, Boise State 18, Kansas State Wildcats 19, SMU 20, Iowa State 21, Oklahoma 22, Michigan 23, Missouri 24, and Memphis 25. And Georgia Tech will probably sneak in there during the season to the top 25. This is Crow for SportsCrapology.com. You can see these videos at SportsCrapology.com on YouTube. You can go to SportsCrapology.com and get information and see all these videos and some pictures and things like that. And you can go to our Facebook page, which is just Crow's Crapology. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the college football season, and go Vols.